Good day everyone, we are from Group 6. Today we will give a presentations about Me Too movement in China. But before we begin our presentations, please allow us to introduce ourselves first. So, our group consists of 5 members. There are
Moniz, Adelia Padmarini R
is Alviano, Julianto, Moniz.
Haifa, Gefana, Pashya.
Niken Ardita.
Alfayaid.
So, this is our table of contents. There are study case, theory, analysis, and conclusions. Okay, first one is our study case. So the Me Too movement was initiated by Tarana Burke. She is an activist from the United States. This movement was aimed at recognizing experiences of sexual assault and harassment. The Me Too movement is changing the injustice that occur to survivors of sexual harassment and assaults. Me Too was born from social media as an effort and means for survival of sexual harassment to share their stories. The movement rose to prominence both online and offline and gained significant attention in late 2017 when several actresses opened up about their experiences with sexual harassment in the film industry. Since then, the movement has become a source of solidarity for women from all backgrounds who have experienced sexual harassment. This applies to all countries in the world, including China. In China itself, Me Too became widespread by Chinese feminist activists called the Feminist Five. One of whose members was Zhang Leilei. She was part of a group that carried out a campaign by distributing stickers with anti-sexual harassment message on International Women's Day. The Me Too movement in China has always been the subject of official investigations, and related posts on social media were frequently deleted. But at its peak, the disruptions was not enough to prevent the movement from continue to emerge. Me Too use of social media has also helped feminism in China by spurring a growing collective awareness of what feminism is. As more and more people in China understand the movement, language, concept, and energy.
So, Zhou is one of the few women who managed to take her case to court after raising allegations of misconduct at the hand of one of them. The most recognizable face on Chinese television, former celebrity entrepreneur Zhou case has united Chinese feminists in support of the country's fledgling Me Too movement. When Zhou reported the case to Chinese police, he was told that coming forward could image Zhou's image and hurt feeling of people who admire him. It is highly unusual for sexual harassment claimed to be brought to court in China, and almost no state media has reported on Zhou's case. The judge adjourned the trial and decided to hear the case another day. It's unclear what happened next, but experts believe the court agreed to hear Zhou's case altogether. The Zhou case became one of the most watched in China despite cross opinion and online censorship. It attracted international attention and ignited the feminist movement in China. After Me Too movement in China mobilized government agencies and NGOs in the city, China is currently working toward equality. Therefore, China also has a female chief executive. There is a women's protection law, and there are still small steps to create a safe workplace for women and where they are not paid less than their male colleagues. Not only that, China legislature in December 20 and 21 discussed legislation to give women more protection against gender discrimination and sexual harassment in the workplace. State media report outlining rules including a clearer definition of inappropriate behavior.
The theory, feminism. Feminism in international relations seek to understand existing gender relations, the dominance of masculinities over feminities. Feminism in international relations aims to study how men often have more power and influence than women in global interactions. It focuses on understanding these gender dynamics to promote equality between men and women, in order to transform how they work at all levels of global social, economic, and political life. In the study of international relations, feminist theory uses stories and struggle of people who are often ignored or mistreated, especially women facing oppression. They do this to question and change the fundamental ideas and belief that form of basis of the field, aiming for a more inclusive and fair understanding of global interactions. Within international relations, feminist theories have drawn on experience of marginalized and oppressed people, including women, in order to challenge and revise the epistemological and ontological foundation of the field. It means that they have interrogated gender bias inherent in rationalist way of knowing that embedded in the core concept and concern of international relations such as states, sovereignty, power, security, international conflict, and global governance. Tenets of the theory. So here are some of the tenets of the theory feminism. First is violence against women. Feminists have argued that violence against women is often a deliberate strategy of war which can be used to achieve a range of political or military goals. Global campaigns to have women's rights recognized as human rights in international law and to address a range of egregious practices, often state and culturally sanctioned. So violence against women is sometimes intentionally used as a strategy to achieve political or military goals. There are global efforts to recognize women's rights as basic human rights in international law and to address harmful practices that are often supported by the government or cultures. The second tenet is the gender equality. In global politics, we can reveal the extent to which women are often disadvantaged. The UN Commission on the Status of Women reported in 2010 that in preceding year, women held 18.8% of parliamentary seats, while only 15 women were head of states or government. In global politics, women are often faced disadvantage when it comes to equality. For example, a report from the UN Commissions on the Status of Women in 2010 shows that only about 80.8% of parliament seats were held by women. Additionally, there are only 15 women serving as head of states or government worldwide. This highlights the needs for more equal representation and opportunities for women in political leadership roles. So the last tenet is women's rights. Feminism is central concern with equal rights between men and women. As its name suggests, it is broadly derived from the political theory of liberalism. Feminism is all about making sure that men and women have the same rights and opportunities. The term comes from the political theories of liberalism, emphasizing the idea of fairness and equality of both genders in different aspects of life.
In the case of the #MeToo movement carried out in China, which is a campaign against all forms of sexual and violence. In China itself, there is still legal discussions about sexual issues, which show that the position of women is very underrepresented. In the fact, women are very often experienced in this incident, and there are 5 feminist activities from China fighting for women's rights through the #MeToo movement. And also, feminist activities in China began holding solidarity campaigns on social media platforms. For example, Weibo and WeChat since January 2018. Through the #MeToo movement, women in China have a greater awareness. And also, the #MeToo movement is a feminist movement. In this movement, it is related to feminist theory, especially in the fourth wave of feminism theory, which is focused on women's rights. And in this fourth wave, it is also synonym with social media. For example, the #MeToo movement, which was carried out through social media. Because of the understanding of the fourth wave of feminist theory, namely reproductive justice and the right of sexual minorities by utilizing social media and other developing technologies.
So to conclude our explanation about the study case and also feminism, so The Me Too movement was first started by Tamara Bork, an activist from America, and Me Too movement is used to help women, or basically everyone who struggles to tell their experience about being sexually harassed or molested. And yeah, so in our study case, we bring up a case study of the Me Too movement in China. So the first movement of the feminists in China was the Me Too movement, and it was also bring out by one of the famous feminists called the Five Feminists. And the first case of the Me Too movement is that an alumni from the Peihang University in China stated that she was molested by her professor. She posted that online, and turns out that she is one of the 7 girls that has been molested by the professor. Talking about the theory of the feminism itself, in international relation, feminist has a goals on encouraging and also supporting women in gender politics, and also the feminism field itself in international relation. And last but not least, it's about women's rights. So that's all to conclude our conclusion for today's topic. We hope that you guys understand about what we explained, and hope you guys have a wide perspective over the word feminism and the theory and also the cases itself. Thank you.